What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I am the son, and today we're going to be talking about codes. Quick, 2319, what do you got?
Child alert.
No.
Oh, sock. The sock on the back
The
of
sock. And do you know why it's the sock? You know what 2319 stands for?
Yes.
What's the 23rd letter in the alphabet?
X.
W. What's the 19th letter in the alphabet?
I believe X is the 23rd.
No, it's W.
X. X, Y, Z. 23rd. Oh, you're right. Okay, it's W.
Okay, and the 19th letter?
I don't
S. So WS is White Sock, 2319,
Oh.
Monsters Inc. But we're not talking about those codes. We are talking about the codes that Disney cast members use when something goes wrong. Stick around, we're going to find out. Don't forget to like and subscribe now if you like our comments. We are, or our shows, we are having such great success the last couple videos. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going.
Keep watching.
Keep watching because it's going to be fun. And I had to do that to Mom because I have yet to look at this slideshow either. So I'm sure it's going to be a little payback right now. So let's get into it. We're talking about different codes that... Cracking the code. See? I did it for you.
There you go.
Boom. What's the first one, Mom?
Okay, so before we get into it,
before we get into
okay,
it.
so before we actually get into it, from what I understand, these are not taught at Disney U. Like, cast members don't have to learn these codes. These are just something that it's automatic, and a cast member will say, let's just pick this up. So the first one is a code V. I think that's pretty obvious. What do you think that one is?
Code vacant.
Oh my gosh, you really don't know?
No.
Okay, click it. It's code
Throw
vomit.
up.
So if someone throws up in an area on a ride, they'll do a code V. We have a code V over here at Guardians of the Galaxy.
So throw
Okay.
up. So code V is.
Do you know how they
throw
clean
up.
it up?
With a mop.
No. There's a chemical called Coban, and it's like sawdust, and they put it on, and it just absorbs all of the liquid.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Code P.
What do you think that is?
Somebody peed on the ground.
You got it.
Little baby.
You know, all these, hopefully it's little kids. So obviously this is self-evident as to what this means, a code P.
All right. Code H.
This one I didn't know,
Hungry.
but that would be great. We got poop on Main Street.
Oh, horse poop.
It's for horse.
Nice.
Yeah, for the horses. Yeah.
Although I feel like this rarely happens because now they always have somebody with a bucket following the horses anyway.
They do.
So.
They do. But you just never know.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
fair.
know.
Code H is just poop. Or maybe it's real poop too. Some humans poop.
Well, if that's human poop, I don't want to meet that human.
Code 101 or 102.
Now this really, there's no connection to the numbers. So 101 would mean that a ride for some reason has gone down. They don't know how long it's going to be down. It didn't start the day being down, but there's some kind of technicality. And then they'll do a code 102 when it's open. So they'll let other cast members know, hey, you know, code 102 here at the Haunted Mansion. They don't want to announce Haunted Mansion is now open because they're afraid of stampedes. People will just go running over.
Nice. Makes sense. On stage and backstage. I'm assuming that's for the cast members when they are allowed to be on stage in front of everybody, whereas they have to be hidden.
Correct.
Because, as everybody knows, cast members, or especially the, what do you call them? The characters cannot be seen in multiple places at one time. They always have to, one has to be hidden to keep the effect.
To keep the magic.
Yes.
Not the effect.
The effect
magic.
of
Don't go
magic.
yet. So on stage basically means anything that happens within the public's eye. So cast members are referred to as being on stage, meaning they're going to have to point with those two fingers and they're going to have to be pleasant and happy. Backstage is when they get everything done and they can take their character heads off and all of that kind of stuff.
Interesting. Signal 70.
Any idea?
Get kicked out of the park.
Maybe. So this is when an adult gets lost. Notice what I said? The adult. They never say, hey, we have a lost child. So what they do is if someone brings a child to the cast member will say, oh no, what happened to your mom and dad? Did they get lost? So try to keep the child comfortable and not scared. And then, of course, they put into their protocol to find that lost child.
That's cool. Signal 25. A fight breaks out. Oh, a fire.
Either a fire or some type of emergency. They'll say we have a signal 25 over at Carousel Progress. Okay. And then to go along with that, Alpha Unit means emergency vehicle. So when you hear a cast member say Alpha Unit's coming in, blah, 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 just be aware of that. Make sure that you're not in the way. I really have never seen it. I've seen stretchers.
I've seen stretchers
a couple
through,
of times, but I've never seen actual vehicles in the park.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because it's probably faster for them just to get the stretcher out to walk through it than to try to move all the crowds.
All the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
White powder alert. Oh my gosh. They got cocaine in the parks.
That's what I first thought. But no, it's sometimes called the HEPA cleanup. So there have been rumors and kind of like a myth going around that a lot of people are spreading their loved ones' ashes, especially at Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
So if it is noted, or if a guest says, hey, they saw someone in the car in front of them do this, then they have to actually close down the ride, and they call in their cleanup crew, and they come in and they'll vacuum, and then your loved one's remains ends up in a garbage pile somewhere. So don't do it.
Ashes to ashes.
Don't do it.
I'm with friends.
No, say it again.
I'm friends with.
So cast members cannot say, oh, I am Cinderella.
Oh.
Or I am Winnie the Pooh. They have to say, I'm friends with Olaf.
Yes.
Okay, so that way they can keep the magic going.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I love this one.
Treasured guest.
You are considered, did you hit it again?
No.
You are a treasured guest if you are very rude, disrespectful, belligerent, loud, obnoxious to the cast members. Okay, so the cast members do their best not to make it worse.
Sure.
So they'll try to do whatever they can. But then as they're radioing, like say they're suggesting to you, I think what you need to do is go to guest services. They'll radio to guest services and say, we have a treasured guest on their way. So that way they know you're going to have to handle this a little bit differently.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, and then going along with this.
Have a Disney day.
Okay, so click on it. Once the cast member says to go, we have a treasured guest coming, they might say to the guest who's being really rude, oh, by the way, have a Disney day. That's their way of saying, up yours. Why are you being so ridiculous? Of course, they can't curse because 99% of the time, cast members are going to say to the regular guests who are nice, they'll say, have a magical day. Mm-hmm. Or out in California, have a happy day. So you very rarely hear them say, have a Disney day. So when you hear that, you know that something has happened. So
is that it?
That's it. So
that's all the codes we got.
Those are the codes. Those are the codes.
Real. I thought there could have been more. Although, how do you remember all those? Kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy, but like that white powder alert, I was like dying. I'm like, that's the first thing I thought of was got to be cocaine.
It's interesting that next time you go, you'll have to listen to the radio sometimes and see if it comes over, because when you see like the managers, a lot of times they have the earpieces now, so you don't even hear them on the radio, but sometimes you could still, or you overhear them just talking. So, all right, time for the mom joke of the day, because I did not get a joke because I don't do jokes. I just make fun of them.
Yes, so last week he gave me such a hard time about them, and he's been doing it since we started back in February.
Because they're not very good.
So I told him he's in charge, and guess what? The typical son didn't do it.
Well, I'm not going to do one until we have a comment, because we're getting a lot of comments on our videos, but nobody comments a joke that they want us to say.
Because it's wonderful. If they weren't wonderful, they would comment.
Well, okay.
Anyway, why did the stadium get hot after...
Oh, boy. Oh, see, this is why we can't... Oh.
Why did the stadium get hot after the game?
I don't know, because the sun was out.
No, because all the fans left.
Because all the fans left. Nice. I mean, if you didn't mess that up in the very beginning,
You
that was a pretty good one.
You started at me already. I was waiting for it. I knew you were going to do something before it was over.
That was a pretty good one because all the
So,
fans left.
Yeah.
Why did Elsa and Anna not learn the alphabet?
Because their parents were lost at sea.
Because their parents left after C.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So that was close.
That was nice.
Close.
Good.
Yep.
All right, so I got a joke there. Mine was better than hers because she fumbled. She fumbled. She fumbled.
Help. That's all I can say.
Well, we're waiting for you to turn it off because you start the whole exit scene. So.
Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on Thursday. I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and this is the Mom and Son Show.